The overlay on the city uh, is sometimes called, as Koizumi sees it, the Imperial city. And if we're not careful, we take for granted that it was always an imperial city. The idea of the emperor being at the center of things, that was what once was the castle for the shogun, now becomes an imperial center. And a lot of the new construction that goes on in the city post-earthquake references that centrality again. It's very subtle. The construction of the new Diet building, how bridges are named for victories in battle. All of these things are referencing an emperor again who was placed at the center of Japanese life really like he'd never been before, except from Meiji forward. So all this is going on, military, a very vibrant and modern life, in many ways more modern than what was going on in the West. It's a very complex.
I think if nothing else, if you say, well, after the war, the Americans came in and they made Japan democratic, and they got all these wonderful, and they did. They became a more democratic country, a less repressive country. They did. But to say this was previously alien to Japan, that this was all imposed after the war, and it was imposed by the democratic American victors, absolutely loses sight of all of the things that we are seeing going on in modern Tokyo during the period that Koizumi is taking us on these tours.
Right.
And when the war ends, which is horrible, all of these things can come up again. And what the defeat does is liberate many of these trends and bring them to the fore again.